Alright, what is going on everyone? So today I'm going to be ranking each Game Pass in Project Polaro based on 1. How useful it is in game if you're going to play this game like kind of competitively, and 2. I'm going to rank it as well off is it worth it for the Robux. So I only own about probably half of the Game Passes because the other half I didn't find as important to buy straight away. Like I have the skins and shinies Game Pass. But first up we have the EV Game Pass. Now, I don't think this is useful at all because, for one, any of the evolutions aren't really good competitively in this. 2, I just don't think it's worth it at all. So I'm going to put it in F tier for usefulness. But it is 99 Robux for an EV, so E tier for how much it's worth. Second up we have the More Money Game Pass. Now, I don't really know what to say. More money, you don't really need it because there is bots that give you money. So I don't think it is that useful. I'll put a D tier because you could still get a bit more cash. Now, is it worth the Robux? 99 Robux for a Game Pass which gets you more money. That's decent enough. I would say C tier. I'm putting in C tier because it's quite cheap to get more money in game. Third up, we have the Other Legends Game Pass. Now, this boosts your chance of getting other legends other than like Gen 1. This boosts the chance of the other ones. Now, I do think this is very useful for hunting. It does help me to find a lot of legendaries because I hunt a lot, and even with the 2 times legendary chance with the Poke Boosters, this helps a ton for finding legendaries. So I'm going to rank that B tier. Now it is 99 Robux, which I think is really good if you're going to hunt legendaries a lot. I think this is really useful, so I'm going to place it in A tier. Next up is the Starters Game Pass. Now I think this gets you the ability to find the Johto starters Route 5. Now it is worth 199 Robux. So I don't think it's worth it that much. So I'm going to put usefulness D tier. If you're going to hunt shiny, well, that's fine. So it has some use. But is it worth the Robux? I wouldn't say it should be worth 200 Robux. I think it should be worth maybe 100, but I'm going to put worth in E tier. Now, Fast Run. This is quite useful. It is a lot faster. Also, in general, it does feel good to be able to run quite fast to places. So it is quite useful. I'm going to put it in B tier. Is it worth it to get? Now, it is only 25 Robux, which, to be fair, isn't too much. It is fairly cheap. It could be a bit cheaper, but overall pretty useful. So I would say C tier. Next up we have the Ultrabeast Game Pass. This gives you the ability to find Ultrabeasts a lot more commonly because they are very rare without it. So I do think it can be useful because with 6 Ultrabeasts you can catch Necrozma. So that Necrozma is quite good in general. And with the new update that's here, you can form Lunala and Solgaleo together. They are pretty good. Is it worth it for 99 Robux? I think if you are going to hunt Ultrabeast as well, but I don't think you absolutely need it. So I would rank worth C tier. Now next up we have Legendary Game Pass. Now this boosts your chance of finding legendaries. I think it is just Kanto, or possibly just legendaries in general. This can be good, same as the one before, the other legendaries. If you're hunting, it can come in useful. So, it is pretty good. Do I think it's worth it? For 400 Robux? No, not real. I don't think it should be worth 400. So I'm going to rank it D tier. Next up, we have the Mew Game Pass. Now, I think this can be useful as Mew is quite a cool Pokemon. It is quite good. And I have a shiny Mew here. You can get a Mew every day. It's got decent stats, can learn basically every move. So I do think it's pretty useful. So this is going to be a quick one, but I think I'm going to rank it B tier. Now, do I think it's worth it? 99 Robux? Yeah, I think it's pretty good for it. I'm going to go C tier, because C tier as Mew isn't competitively amazing, but it is quite a good Pokemon in general. Next up, we have one that I think is amazing, the Skins Game Pass. Now, this is how I get my skins. This is how I get my Dumbcat Mewtwo, which also gives it a plus 10 speed boost. I have loads of skin legendaries. I think it is definitely worth it. Skins look so cool in this game, they can give advantages. But some of them don't give advantages, some do. But in general, skins look amazing and people look for them, which is even better. So I'm going to rank it A+ tier. Now, I think for 300 Robux, you get the chance to get skins. Some of them have advantages. Do I think it's worth it? I think it's pretty worth it. Especially for me, I do YouTube content. Finding skins is always great. So I'm going to rank it A tier. Alright, next up we have Aura's chance. Now, Auras in this game don't usually exist, as in like the money ring ones and all don't really show, so I don't think it's useful at all. They just don't show most of the time. Like I could have run into one by now and I wouldn't know, because sometimes they don't show. So I'm going to rank it F tier. It's not really useful at all. Now, for 300 Robux, is it again worth it? I don't think so. I don't think you should buy it. It just doesn't have any use really, as much as like the skins. I'm gonna put it F tier. Coming up next, we do have shiny chances. Now this boosts your chance of finding a shiny by 100 times, which basically means it's a 1 in 10 chance to find a shiny, which again makes it really easy to find shiny legendaries when you find them. So I do think again it is useful. It might not have as much as an advantage as the skins, as to be fair, shinies don't add anything, whereas some skins give boosts. So I think shinies are really good as well, quite good for trading. I'm going to put it A tier for usefulness. Now, do I think for 500 Robux, is it worth it? Personally, I think 500 is a bit expensive, but it's still a good Game Pass compared to like the starters Game Pass. So I'm going to put it, is it worth it? C tier. Next up we have VIP. Now this was really useful before this new update, because see, before this new update there was a command, spin me 3000 is what I used all the time. Basically means I spin automatically in a circle, don't have to touch the keyboard, and I go into encounters. They did change this, so they took out that command as it was a bit glitchy, so only MVPs now have a command which lets you automatically encounter. So there isn't really much use of it for finding Pokemon, but it is pretty fun to mess around. Like I can go invisible, become visible, go on glass, go ghost, go gold, loads of this, but then that does mean you can't go into encounters. But why I find it useful is for this. You can do a bunch of funny stuff like turn into a dino and then do giant. Although you have to go into R15 fast, so you just do semicolon R15. But you can do a bunch of stuff like that. But oh, they fixed it so you can go into encounters now. How useful do I think it is? Now, if you want to have a wee mess around, it can be quite fun. So I'll put it D tier. Not useful as it was before the update. I would have put it A tier for hunting. Maybe not so much now, but now is it worth it for 200 Robux? If this was before the update, I would have said definitely A tier. Because of it, again, I'll have to go with D tier as well. Coming on to our second last Game Pass is MVP. Now, I do think this is quite useful because now they do have an automatic encounter command, so I do think it can be useful. Doesn't really give you too much more. You can access PC, and I think you can heal as well in between. So I do think it is quite useful. I'll put it B tier. Now, do I think it's worth it? For 500 Robux, I don't really think. I feel like it again is a bit pricey for what it does. But again, it does time with usefulness, so I'm going to put a D tier. Now coming on to our last Game Pass. This is the Ash Greninja Game Pass. Now, Ash Greninja is a really good competitive Pokemon. It's quite strong and it is quite useful. I'm going to rank it B tier. It is just a good Pokemon in general. I think it is really good. But, on the other hand, is it worth it to buy? I don't think it is, because it's worth 300 Robux for one Pokemon. Whereas the other Legends is like 99, where you can have a higher chance of finding them. So I really don't think it's worth it. I'm going to put it, is it worth it, in F tier. For one Pokemon. So that's going to do it for this video. I am still a dino, so I can't sign off as my character, although because I have to leave the game and join back in. But let me know down below, was this list useful? And do you want me to make one for Bubblegum Sim as well, and maybe some other games I could try find out and see if it's worth? Let me know down below. But without further ado, I'll see you guys next time. So I was checking YouTube statistics and it says that 88.2% of you guys are not subscribed, so if you could subscribe, that would be amazing. It means a lot to me. I'm about to hit 200 subs, and once I do, I'm going to be giving away a King Soul on my Discord server, so make sure you join that in the description below.